Yes, thank you very much indeed. Lacoste and myself will be able to take you through this third and deciding game of the series, and we have a do-over, or rather Iceberg once again on the Tiny. We saw him in game 1. He absolutely crushed it. Will he be able to do it again, Lacoste?
What are we calling a crush when he decided to dive a tier 3 tower while tier 1 and tier 2 were still alive?
Giving enemies false hope, making them feel less scared to leave their base, allowing yourself to then afterwards kill them again.
Well, I still want to go back to who's the strongest hero in this game, and it's still a Phantom Lancer. Seems like every single time I see Phantom Lancer, he is the strongest one. It doesn't matter who's playing it. It's just how it should work.
But they picked up the Tiny after the Phantom Lancer, so that's their answer to it. Is that not enough?
That's the only answer you have for illusions. Oh, maybe just theory crafting here. Ursa, at one point, he can get something like a, Battle Fury. It's doable if he has that great amount of a farm. And VTune, I'm really impressed by VTune and his performance throughout this tournament.
Okay, well, VTune has already, set up his whole item build. There is no in there.
Mask of Madness, it's fine. It opens up the Roche, gives you ability to flash farm, Morbid Mask, sustain in the laning stage. But I want to see how this lane works for him. He's playing against Sanking. They need to have a lot of sentries, and they have none. Okay, one is coming to always want to fly. Immersion, no sentries yet. He's also bringing a courier. He definitely needs to buy it. They have the same couriers. Look at this.
Team Spirit does,
Spirit,
yes.
Yeah.
It's amazing. All the mushrooms, every time. It's pretty great. I like it. And it's very smart. I know you can see a little portrait, whose courier it is, but at the same time, all having the same courier is just, make sure, it's a next level, making people guess whose courier you're about to kill. But we heard the panel say, a lot of it is going to depend on the way these lanes are going to go. Now that there's a sentry on Always Wanna Fly, do you feel like this lane is going to favor the lane of FlyToMoon?
Maybe it's a big Galaxy brain play from Sanking, not even scaling Sandstorm. He started with Caustic Finale. You want to outpush the lanes in this kind of a meta, so you have a creep wave advantage, and then you keep harassing people, and you can also pull on the side camp. Ursa is level 2. Same goes for Keeper of the Light.
Yeah.
They got level 2 faster than Sanking and Grimstroke.
Well, we'll find out if they kill, because there's still a couple of creeps to kill, right? Okay, no, they did. If they kill this one, then they should get level 2, though. Almost. Hey, what do you think, by the way, of getting a headdress in April 2020 on the lane?
Chen?
On Chen? Or you feel like because it's Chen, it's still okay? Because isn't it and it was nerfed, and now also, if you're standing next to a tower, you're kind of having the same effect, almost half of the effect.
On Chen is still okay. I don't believe this item is that great anymore. 2 health regen to allies, but also Divine Favor got nerfed pretty hard, from 2 seconds to 125. And it was way too imbalanced before, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Alright, let's see, the Racho is having a little bit of a problem here. He does not have a doppelganger, he has to run. And Aloha is running with him with the battery assault. Misha is trying to take some of them from him, but can't take them all. And that is first blood going the way of General on his Death Prophet. He was in very deep there, the Racho. That was curious. Playing like he did have a doppelganger. How do we think this mid lane's gonna go? M versus Tiny.
Tiny should definitely be ahead. I'm wondering what kind of... he's just gonna get power treads, but needs to bring a couple of healing cells. You're not gonna get Flame Guard off. If he maxes at level 2, 220 damage with Avatos, you don't have enough.
No. But so there's no kill potential there, basically, until people come out from the other lanes to help them out.
There's always a back toss play on the creep wave from Iceberg, but Seems like it's not gonna happen. Ergon going for a bottle, bringing a flask. And some tangos. You don't want to buy bottles straight away. Runes are spawning at 4-minute mark, so you just bring some mangoes and extra region.
Second time around on the top lane, Aloha Dance is not able to find the kills, and the doppelganger was available for the Racho, so that lane should not have as much kill potential anymore. Meantime, this Ursa on the bottom lane is doing quite well, 24-4 on the last hits. I guess you can call his counterpart the PL, and the Racho is only sitting on 14 last hits, so VTune is doing really well there. Indeed, Caster's Curse is getting burrowed. Blinding Light coming out as well, dropping Afterlife back, but VTune is the one to have to be careful here with Immersion coming forward with the Inkswell. Now Immersion is in a little bit too deep, is able to push VTune away with the Stroke of Faith. Nobody dies here today, and they will have, of course, a little bit more region that needs to be burned, or used, rather.
I want to see if Ursa gets 1 point in overpower now. There's a great synergy between that and Chakra Magic. You get mana, so you have a lot of sustain, and it also lowers the cooldown. So you use Overpower and Earth Shock, and then he resets the cooldown.
Nay, I say.
Almost level 4 there for Always Wanna Fly. And maybe with that as well, they can play even more aggressive, even though they've not been slacking off on the old harass. The first rune, by the way, was the double damage, and Aloha Dance was able to take it away from Aragon. As the Racho is also missing Aloha Dance right now on the lane, being forced back towards his tower. And everybody is getting harassed everywhere, but nobody is really dying at this point.
Now just watching the bottom lane, I feel like we could see a kill there. VTune bringing some extra region on the bottom lane. Like you just want to have some. But he didn't
go for overpower. Level 4, and he went 202.
It's fine when you don't have a Keeper of the Light in the lane because you don't have enough mana to spam out both spells. But I would prefer to have, like, maybe on level 5 he gets a point. You get so much value out of it.
That's why you have the Keeper of the Light Ursa lane. Well, he's jumping afterlife. He's using it for the Earth Shock, actually. He has another Earth Shock in a second. They do have a sentry as well, scouting out Afterlife, who's getting an Inkswell on him, and now Vichun has to back out.
If he got overpowered there, maybe it would have been a kill. Yeah. Like, there's no point. You have a full mana. You're not using it correctly.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. He didn't even use the second Earth Shock, like he didn't need to, or rather couldn't in that fight in particular. Always Wanna Fly took a lot of damage during that fight as well.
Lane. They also get the creeps from Chen.
Middle tower is under attack.
Fancy haste rune, and he runs back to the lane.
That's the downside of the Ember Spirit. You can leave him alone if you kill the siege creep, and he's not gonna push any tower damage.
Were you watching?
Yeah. Bottom lane have more harassed. Nobody's dying though. Again on that bottom lane. We'll see what happens when level 5 hits for the Ursa. If he does actually get an overpower, the kill potential will definitely increase. Both of them are enjoying some of the salves bought by Always Wanna Fly. And Aloha Dance is really trying to get behind Misha so he can kill him, but Misha is keeping close eye on him. Did he not see that observer ward? He does. Could kill him. Could kill him.
Vito is just spamming this taunt. Thank God we removed the Alpine Ursa set from the game, but this one, yeah, it's very acceptable.
Yes, I see bears do that all the time in the trees. By the way, he went 3-0-2, so still no overpower from him.
I would be fine with 3-1-1.
It's getting one later every time. It's unfortunate. I'm thinking he's gonna go. I mean, 3-1-2-1. But once you're committed, now you're committed to get 4 levels in Earthshock, surely.
All right, bottom. Reset the cooldown. Full mana. We're still only seeing 2 kills. Top lane, Death Prophet with the Exorcism.
Yep, diving the tower, looking for the rush though. He has no doppelganger anymore. Tries to juke himself out of there. He moves very fast, but not fast enough for Loadout to find him with the flare. Misha now in a little bit of trouble as well. General has to be careful though. He's taking a lot of damage from this tower. He will be healed up again in a second, and he is able to life siphon off of Misha as well. So he'll be 8-OK, 4 for 0 in favor of FlyToMoon.
And she will be full HP. The Ghost did so much damage, also putting the pressure on the tower. General is getting way too much out of this lane. Faded Brooch, like that's the best item you can get.
Yeah, on the DP specifically.
On most of the like intelligence heroes, like OD really loves that item. It's just a move speed right now is very important. All the heroes are slowed down, so one of the reasons why Faded Brooch is even valued highly. I think it's the best tier 1 item.
What do you make from this player Aragon? He's just pulling the waves and just killing it and leaving Iceberg from the middle lane. They're basically doing like they're ignoring each other at this point.
Everford is getting more, I would say, but Tiny was dumpstering him in the lane. That's why he decided to go for it. Oh, double burrow strike.
Yeah, not gonna take that outpost and not gonna keep himself alive. Vichun is trying to stay alive with the Enrage. He's running maybe some, he can jump to the low ground, but he's getting chased down by Aragon with the Spirits, and a double kill goes to him.
He's under attack.
I'm always afraid when Ursa is losing the early game. Like if you kill him, you slow him down. He's not a Phantom Assassin. I mean, he's not a Templar Assassin that he flash farms or meepo, but still really hurts when he dies.
Yeah.
More than other heroes.
Is the only way for him to catch up to sneak in a Roshan then?
They
Like,
have
is
that
that
Prophet
his
position
version?
3, so him and that Prophet could easily kill Roche together. Oh man, Iceberg got to the tower, Mask of Mad, escape.
Yeah, that's the dead Chen. I'm looking to the next target. That's gonna be Immersion targeted with the Will-O-Wisp. He gets pulled back in, just like the Run Show. They're all here though, and with Immersion, with this Stroke of Faith, doing a lot of damage here. Keeper of the Life will be the first one to die here. Iceberg will end up burning out. General's trying to do what he can though, with his Exorcism active again. A lower dance with the Cogs, trying to also go for a safe escape, but the Run Show is on his tail. And he'll be able to kill him off. General, I think you're alone. You probably should run. You're yeah, he's out. He's up. He's safe. Well, Team Spirit.
So much in these fights.
Yep.
Like they have no real silence. That Prophet has 1 point in it. Clockwork already used the hook shot. They can lock him down like with Tiny, that Prophet, and Clockwork, but he's not the target that you want to just initiate on straight away.
How does Iceberg have 100 last hits while Aragon only has 75? What's the main difference there? Aragon has been farming neutrals and waves.
Iceberg has been camping, killing this side camp as well. And he got the tower, going for the same build he did in the first game of this series, Mask of Madness. This into SNY status resistance build, great against like any of the stun, Inkswell, Sanking stun. Sanking will have a free lane for himself on top for like 2-3 waves, so that means that his blind dagger is gonna be on a decent timing.
Yep.
Behold, a subtle bird.
So you're still under the assumption that PL is still the strongest hero in the game, right?
With the items, yes, not the one with 3 raid bans.
Yeah. Especially with V-Tune just having an extra rough game. But it is FlyToMoon that is ahead in net worth. And it looks like they are mostly in control of these fights, especially with General and Iceberg showing up as they do.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Or is that just a matter of time before Team Spirit kicks into gear?
And you need that diffuse blade on Phantom Lancer, otherwise there's no point for you to be showing up in the fights. Like what you do in a team fight with your illusions is mitigate the damage from Clockwork Battery Assault, that Prophet ulti.
Well, we'll see then if FlyToMoon can keep up a high tempo. So there will never be enough time for the PL to get fat, to become that power that Team Spirit at the moment kind of really needs. Maybe Aragon can do something with that. And with the Blink Dagger on the Sand King, once they have that, they can definitely make some plays. They're trying to make a play right now as well. They smoked up to try and V-tune, but he's fast enough, he's safe. And no Blink Dagger means Afterlife can't initiate properly.
He's way too speedy. Mask of Madness, Wind Lace, Power Tread. They gave him the Faded Brooch for the chase potential, while Keen Optic is on that Prophet. They don't have the greatest Keen Optic carrier right now. You give it the Keeper of the Light once you don't want it anymore.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The hand-me-downs for the supports. As per usual. FlyToMoon is really looking to see if someone comes to this bottom lane. They've been setting around there for a little while now. Iceberg will make sure that tier 1 drops at least. It's the last tier 1 tower on the side of Team Spirit that falls. And on the side of FlyToMoon, no towers dropped yet. Not even a tower with a little bit of a dent in it, really. Looking very healthy. Do they have enough tower hitters you find this game? Is PL enough?
You have Gen Creep, PL, but you do not want to like straight up siege.
No.
You also need to take a fight. If there's no heroes, great tower siegers. Phantom Lancer just hits the tower.
Yeah.
I want to see some aggressive play from FlyToMoon. Dead Prophet, level 10, about to finish her Yule Scepter. Like, they could easily take a fight and go into Roche and just take it with Ursa and Dead Prophet ulti.
So Visions, you gotta be careful. Actually, Iceberg go for the end because they want to try and take down some of Team Spirit if they come out too far. Oh, the hook shot misses. Aragon still trying to run away from this one. He finds himself out of there with the Spirit.
Does not want to use it straight away. First he slides, chains, and then he goes back. Just buying some extra time for Phantom Lancer. Every second is very valuable for him right now. He needs to recover.
You know, Team Spirit is playing to try and give him that time and give him that space as well. They're not playing too scared because if they're too scared, that means that Team Spirit's just gonna hunt down the Phantom Lancer. We can't do that yet. And Iceberg now actually is... no, he's not in trouble. Who am I kidding? He's tanky. Actually, Afterlife with the Blink Dagger doesn't hit the Burrow Strike. Once though, Epicenter coming out. Always want to fly it there with the Will-O-Wisp, and it is Team Spirit that has to be careful this time around. This Sand King in a lot of trouble. One more punch would do it, and General actually taking the last hit there. Now chasing down Aragon, but he should be fine. A lower dance. Caught himself a nice Chen. Radiant Inkswell will clip him there on the sidelines. And actually, during all that, V-Tune was able to take out the Phantom Lancer. The hookshot now comes in on Misha. The low dance has that one off cool. And again, 3 heroes dead on the side of Team Spirit. And please hold that thought. They're actually gonna...
What's the silence?
Yeah, this is a scary time for Aragon. Does he have his Spirit up is the question. He does put one out right now, but it might be too late with the call or with the toss from Iceberg. That's 4 dead. But again, it doesn't really matter. We said that it was fine if they fought as long as they buy space for the Phantom Lancer, but Phantom Lancer died during all of that.
Oh, it's not anymore that great of a Phantom Lancer game. Tiny's getting too much out of this. You have rockets. I love the build in general, I gotta say. 3 points in silence. It's not a mid-death Prophet, it's your off lane. So those 2 extra seconds bought them enough time for Clockwork to use the cogs, and then Tiny came in with the combo.
Yeah. The 2 strongest heroes on the map. PL, they already slowed him down by just shutting him down on the lane a little bit. Then the next problem is Aragon, and if you can have that silence indeed last long enough, then he is not a problem either. You can basically kill anybody, and it's very unfortunate for Afterlife. That first showing of the Blink Dagger, he went for that epicenter, then he missed the Burrow Strike, like it was just a little bit too short. Very unfortunate. And FlyToMoon now well in control of this 3rd game of the series.
When you're playing Sanking, you need to be very patient or have better vision. Like, they had the vision on him, but it was just Tiny showing up. The rest of the team was very far away. So what you do with the Sanking is blink, initiate with the Burrow Strike, and then follow it up with an Epi, or if someone can't set things up for him.
Oh, Misha. I mean, that was just an extra creep for Iceberg to take down in the jungle, really. Positioning was a little off there. Smoke gang coming from FlyToMoon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Let's see who they are finding. Vichu looks like he finds the right show again. Iceberg is there as well. Avalanche will still go through there. The doppelganger will cool on. There is a burrow strike from Afterlife to try and save the Racho. I don't think he wants to be in this fight. That mana drain is hurting him a lot. It looks like indeed they are able to take him down.
It sucks to play Phantom Lancer like into Earth. You use doppelganger and they know which one is real if the real one got hit by Fury Swipes.
Yeah. It's very clear. You don't even have to click anything for a debuff or buff on the hero. No, there's just clear 3 lines above your face. That is very unfortunate. And I mean, you could tell that Team Spirit was really trying to protect him, but FlyToMoon just didn't care about Afterlife or Immersion that showed themselves. They're like, we're here for the Phantom Lancer, and they made sure that they got him. Pushka dying again in his own jungle this time around. But the Racho looking for some revenge. He has to be careful though. Aragon is back in this as well. Dance already burned out of mana. That defusal on the Racho doing a little bit, but not enough to keep himself alive with General there with the exorcism. Does miss the silence. That means that Aragon should be fine. All that flat coming in with the burrow strike epicenter. Nice Inkswell as well, and they do take out the Keeper of the Light. Can they get more, or do they still have to run away from this position 3 Death Prophet? I kind of feel like General, he is crushing in this game, and we heard,
hold that thought.
Vichu is coming to save his life. He's getting healed up by the spirits again. Very nice. The silence coming out again. Aragon dead before the soulbind is even out, and they're not going for the outpost anymore. They know they can't get it. Still getting silenced up there as well as Aragon looks to go for General. He still has that bug on in. The Vampiric Embrace now disappearing. Is he fast enough with the hookshot of a lower dance? Buying some time, but Afterlife, it can blink burrow, and that will spell the end of Afterlife's life.
Yo, Iceberg, your team is fighting for a minute.
No,
farming neutrals.
He's coming, you know, give him some time. The teleport's very long, but it's already too late. He comes in. I must say, that's a turnaround for Team Spirit that they got given almost. That fight went horribly. Like, that PL died again very fast in a fight. But that
Lancer, oof, he's not having game 6 deaths already. But Tiny, if he's in a team fight, I don't see them losing it. They need to kite so much, and he can stand his ground. Mask of Madness, SNY, which means status resistance, plus a 10-second BKB already.
Oh yes, he is ready for this. He is hitting those creeps real hard, and he's hitting heroes really hard too.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And again, you said it earlier, you don't need a battle fury if you can hit a tree like that. Roshan, it is time. To be honest, 21 minutes, and the first Roshan is now when you have an Ursa in your team and a Death Prophet. It's pretty late, but they get it regardless. And they didn't really need it before. In the meantime, there's burrow initiation onto a low dance.
Is under attack.
I think those are the type of kills the Team Spirit needs to find. Like quick pickoffs and then get out, like run.
Correct. They can't really afford to team fight FlyToMoon at the moment. Tiny is just too strong. Same goes for Ursa. Going for BKB. They have no answers for BKBs. One of the reasons why he's just going straight for it after a Basher doesn't want to get like full Abyssal Blade, even though it's fine to get Abyssal when you have Aegis, but it's a much safer play if you just get a BKB.
The map is so small for Team Spirit. They are trying to take the bottom side of the jungle. It looked like hookshot in for a low dance, so he can get the invisibility rune. And Aragon does not. They're still wanting to go for this though, but there is a sentry up on that high ground. A low dance getting scouted out, but General's here. He's got backup as well with the silence. He goes up in the air by himself to try and give himself some time with it to push away. A low dance making sure that Ember Spirit died. Keeper of the Light coming in with the Will-O-Wisp. Nobody's really stuck in that.
They should tip Phantom Lancer. Like, this is kind of a game where you just tip him. Like, there's no way for him to show up in that fight and do anything rather than
Why was he there? Like,
he was farming close by. And, all right, I'm gonna help you out.
That should be a reason to go farm somewhere else.
Correct.
That's unfortunate. Mistakes are all over.
Middle tower has
Now,
fallen.
we know that previous game was 23 minutes, and it's exactly the time it is in the game right now as well.
Dire's
My
middle
question
tower
is this game at the moment as one-sided as the previous game was at this moment? Or is
This
this
game
still a
might
little
just
more
end.
chance?
Team Spirit loses one fight, the game just ends. They have no tier 2 tower on the bottom lane, so they might switch back to their still Aegis tanking. Not even in the base, just trying to cut some waves.
Oh, that's a melee rack down. FlyToMoon sitting pretty comfortably. 12k gold lead. I mean, the kill difference is not that big, but the net worth.
Under attack.
This Iceberg Tiny
Dire's
has
top
double
tower has fallen.
the amount of net worth, almost double, sorry, as Aragon's Ember Spirit, his counterpart.
Dire's top tower.
That profit penalty, there's no way they're fighting this.
Oh, there it is. They have to try. Iceberg getting targeted. Oh, but look at him. Khalif down. Team Spirit. Ember Spirit, can he at least get out? I don't think so. That's 3 cores down. The supports on the backlines are like, where did my cores go?
I mean, they
They're out
had
of the
to
game.
try to go for it. It's
Sure.
definitely not the target, but you have to try. You know, you can't just stand them and take your second side.
Very true. I mean, you said it. They're one game away. One fight away, sorry.
Iceberg's tiny.